This message is brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. Venture X offers the premium benefits you expect, like a $300 annual Capital One travel credit for less than you expect. Elevate your earn with unlimited double miles on every purchase, bringing you one step closer to your next dream destination. Plus, enjoy access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. The Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is Talkin' Rock. Talkin' Rock. Your backstage pass to some of your favorite rock artists. Here's your host, Meltdown.
Good to get my friend Chris Fehn back on the non-award-winning Talkin' Rock with Meltdown podcast. I appreciate you tuning by and checking it out. Yeah, it's been a minute since we posted something with some of your rock heroes. And today, it's Chris's turn. Of course, he was in Slipknot, number 3. He's got some great Slipknot stories, Ozzfest stories, golfing with Alice Cooper. We talk about that. We talk about his extensive baseball card collection. You may or may not know about that, but yeah, he's got a few baseball cards in his garage. Right now, he's kind of working through some injuries, so he can't golf. And yes, he's been a very good golfer in the past. I think one time he actually told me he was a scratch golfer. But anyways, Chris is a good dude, and he was nice enough to come on the show. Let's talk with Chris Fehn, number 3 on Talkin' Rock. And there he is, number 3. How are you, Chris?
Good. How's it going?
Everything's going well, man. Just decided to get you on here. You know, I'm trying to remember. We did talk before, right? I think it was audio only, though, like several years ago, if not mistaken, correct?
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah, one time before, but you've been doing a lot of stuff lately. Your boy Sean has got you out there signing all sorts of autographs and meeting the fans, doesn't he?
Yeah. We're doing a bunch of, the Comic-Cons and stuff like that. It's really fun. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, how do you do like that stuff, huh? You meeting the fans. Did you get a chance to actually interact with the fans much when you were in Slipknot, or did you kind of leave that to some of the other guys?
Well, no, I was a big part of that as far as doing the in-store or the meet and greets and stuff like that. I usually tried to make all of them, but it's tough, like they're just in a line and you're kind of flowing them through, and it's really not a lot of time to hang out on tour too much. So,
yeah. What surprised you most about doing these things where you actually get to like just press the flesh and talk with some of these fans?
How young they are now.
Yeah.
And how it's still going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got 13, 14-year-old kids coming up, and I'm like, wow. You weren't even close to being born when we were doing this. So
yeah, right.
You need to see it past generations, right?
Yeah, their parents are probably bigger than who are fans also.
Right. I'm hoping that's where it came from.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. Yeah, I was happy to see that you were doing some of these things, get you out of Michigan. I saw you went up to Alaska. Have you visited every state now?
Now I've hit every state.
Yeah. And did you do some overseas as well?
We did one in Manchester, which was really cool. Yeah, they had a lot of good celebrities there, and I got to meet Rose McGowan.
Oh.
Yeah, she was totally cool, and so it's a win-win.
Yeah. Yeah, I see sometimes you post some of your pictures with Ric Flair and some of the other guys that you meet here and there. I have to ask, what did Rose McGowan look like in person? Because I'm a fan.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And obviously, I was thinking about this on the way into work today. You and I are somewhat similar in the fact that we're both kind of hidden. Like, I got into radio because I love the theater, the mind, and whatnot. And, you guys, of course, wear the masks and stuff, and you can kind of walk around and nobody really knows who you are. I mean, not at Comic-Cons or nothing like that, but you go shop with your kids, whatever. For the most part, you're probably unrecognizable. Is that something that you like?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have famous friends, so I'll be hanging out with them. And let me see. Okay, so Jacoby Shaddix, right? He and I are walking down in California, and we're going to go get something to eat. And it's nighttime, and we're just walking down the street, and as we're crossing the street, 3 kids are like, you know what I mean? Like, he had to deal with that just on our little walk in some random street in California, because he's very, very recognizable. And I just stood there, took the pictures for the kids. They had no idea who I was.
Yeah, that's, I mean? Yeah, that's like when the guy, what was it, that Tool concert where the kid asked Eddie Van Halen to take a picture with the stage behind him. Did you ever see that picture?
No.
Yeah, I think it was Eddie, and he was standing behind him, and the kid said, "Can you take my picture?" He had no idea who he was.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it rolls, and I like it.
And then, going over to England, like you said, it's got to be pretty cool that, you can go across the pond and people know who you are. That's kind of a neat thing.
We did a lot of work over there back in the day. We built a really big fan base in Europe. So yeah, I knew that was going to be the case. Yeah.
And why did you guys do so much over in Europe? Sometimes I ask European bands or bands from out of the country how much they concentrate on the States. And a lot of them are like, oh yeah, we needed the States big time. Did you guys feel like that was part of just expanding the Slipknot universe?
For sure. I think it might be the same. Like, we want to take over Europe and they want to take over America. It's kind of a big deal for both because the European fans are just amazing. Like the festivals and the stuff that they put on, the kids dress up, and it's a really big deal. So I'm glad we did that groundwork, playing those little clubs in Germany or, places where you're just like, oh my God, we got 10 people here, but we did it and it paid off for sure. Yeah.
Now that kind of model of those festivals happens over here now 10 or 12 times a year, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. We're starting to get it. We're starting to, figure out that it's fun, 3-day festivals, 4-day festivals.
Yeah. Have you been to any of these recently or no?
No, I kind of last show, I think I was with you at Kerry King.
Wow. And that was a year and a half ago.
Yeah. I think that was the last show I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. You surprised me. You wanted to pat me down when I got in the door, and I was a little confused by that. And I was thinking about this too when I was coming and say we went and saw Judas Priest, man. That was a great show.
Nice.
Yeah, that was in 2017, I think it was, at the where were we? We were downtown Detroit somewhere.
Yeah, it was at that theater.
The Masonic.
Yes, the Masonic Temple.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And then I saw some interviews with you earlier saying, obviously, percussion is like kind of in your blood, and you were talking about, Dave Lombardo and stuff like that. I was listening to Rush on the way in. Are you a Neil Peart guy?
Yeah, I am. Not like their full catalog. A little bit's just, too, I don't know what the name for it is, not proggy, but, a little too much. Mm-hmm. But like one of my favorite records is Roll the Bones.
Yeah.
I love a lot of songs on that. So, yeah, I dig him.
Yeah, that was when I first got into radio, when that record came out. And then I also saw in some of these interviews that you were doing earlier, I saw, over in Manchester and whatnot, you talked about putting your mask on Ozzy and playing those Ozzfest dates. Tell me some stories about Ozzy that you have. Did you run into him a lot?
Not a lot. No, he's got a pretty tight little world in there. But yeah, I can't remember what we were doing, but Judas Priest and Ozzy were in a dressing room, and I had brought some stuff in there to get signed by Judas Priest. And Ozzy was in there, and he's like, "Let me see that mask." So I run over there, and I'm like, "You should take a picture with it." He's like, "Here, wear my glasses, and I'll take a picture with the mask." So we switched our personas and took a few photos. He's a funny dude. He was funny.
Yeah, he was exactly like you thought he'd be, especially if you watch the Osbournes. He was exactly like that every time I met him. So do you have that? Do you have that picture laying around?
I do.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, what a cool picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
That's awesome. And so what were you getting signed by Judas Priest? Now I'm curious. What did you bring records back, or what'd you have?
A box set.
Oh, okay.
They had a really cool box set with like studs around the edge of it.
Now, is that all? I knew
it was going to be the last time I tried to see them. So.
Oh, okay. What year was this?
That had to have been. Oh, geez, you got me pinned in. I'm not sure, but it was later, like a later Ozzfest.
Yeah, and
2004.
And you said that. Yeah, you said that the first Ozzfest you played was the third show you ever played was Slipknot.
Third show.
Wow.
Yep. I couldn't believe it. And the cool thing was there was some kind of weird underground buzz with the band. So even though we played at 10 in the morning, there was like 15,000 people there. Like,
wow.
We were like, wow, this is amazing. Like, let's go.
Now, I know early on in their career, like Disturbed, for example, and even Papa Roach for that matter, I think that they started out in the second stage, maybe lower in the, in the time zone and the time slots. And then as their popularity increased, even sometimes during the tour, they would bump them up to like the main stage or later on. Did that happen with you guys?
Yeah. So here was the deal. Like every band we rotated on the main stage. So basically you got to play the main stage once a week, let's say. Like we played every day and there was 7 bands. Like they just rotated. Like obviously there's days off and stuff, but you never and you rotated on the second stage also. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you'd be the first one and sometimes you got to sleep in a couple extra hours, Until we did it, we played the second stage when we were fairly big. Because there's no seats. It's all general admission, and we just love general admission. So instead of being one of the main guys on the main stage, we decided to play. We just want to headline the second stage, and it was a really good decision because it was massive.
Yeah, and then your popularity just grew, and then did you guys not headline Ozzfest, but did you ever play like right before Ozzy or anything like that?
I think 2 before Ozzy.
Okay.
It was the best that we ever did. I think it went us, Manson, Black Sabbath.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome. And then, of course, I've seen you guys play a few times when you were with them in Pine Knob, and man, just the energy in that room, and just it must have been something to see from on stage because it was something to see from the crowd. I'll tell you that much. Yeah,
that's a cool place to play as far as those amphitheaters go. Yeah, we like the backstage is like whatever, but you've been there. It's kind of small, but yeah, we love playing there. And Michigan's full of music, man.
Yeah, what were
we love coming there.
Yeah. A lot of bands tell me this. It's so funny you mention that. I just had Kenny Wayne Shepherd tell me he always comes to Michigan because the crowds. And it's like, once again, I didn't ask you about that. The bands always always give me that they just talk about it on their own. Yeah,
ever since we were playing Harpo's, we love Michigan, man. There's so much music here. It's great. I love living here now, just because there's so much going on.
Yeah, people may not know, but you do live here in Michigan, in Southeast Michigan. At Harpo's show, I think I remember, I don't know if it was Stone Sour or Slipknot, but Corey said a fan climbed up on the stage, and for people that don't know, the stage is about 8 feet high, and the rest of the guys saw it and kind of jumped on him. Was that Slipknot or Stone Sour? I can't recall.
I don't remember. It could happen for either one. So, yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of things happen. A lot of kids get a lot of kid stories.
I was going to say, you must have seen it all from your spot on the stage.
Oh, yeah. I got the best seat in the house.
Man, I could just imagine. How many times do you think you played Harpo's?
I think 3.
Huh?
Yeah, we played with Amen, Machine Head, Just Us. Yeah, I think about 3 times.
Wow. And then you talked also in one of these interviews I saw about Subliminal Verses, which is personally my favorite record. What does it for you on that album?
Whisper Exist, I think, was a very good way to introduce a little more of a marching snare percussion kind of feel to it, which I really liked that we started off with that. And it's just I think things got a little more melodic. Compared to Iowa, which coming off that record, you can't really do much heavier. So it was kind of time to let Corey shine and let some other things just kind of breathe,
Did you guys make was it a conscious effort to kind of make it more melodic, or you like you said Iowa was over there, you did that, now it's kind of do something else?
I don't think it was conscious. I think it just organically happened, And, you got Rick Rubin and you got Greg Fiddleman and you got these amazing guys that are just like taking you through the process. So I know when we went there and we got to Hollywood, that's where we lived. We lived in The Magician.
Chris Angel? No. David Blaine?
No. He's passed away now. Everybody used to hit him in the stomach.
Oh, Houdini.
He had a house there that we stayed at. Rick bought it, but it's the Houdini Mansion, they called it. And I think we were there for 3 months before anyone even recorded a note. Like, it was just mayhem, right? Like, people all over the place. But once we settled down and focused, that record's awesome. like you said, I love that record.
No, it's my favorite for sure. Why did it take 3 months for you guys to kind of get in the groove? Were you guys kind of feeling each other out? What was the story behind that?
Partying, having a blast, period. There's no other way to get around that one.
All right, fair enough. I was trying to give you an out. But that Houdini house, I've heard some crazy stories about that place. Was there anything like paranormal that you ever witnessed out there?
No, but I lived in the basement, which was scary. And one night I did feel someone like holding on to me. And I couldn't move, and I was like, oh, and I freaked out, and I like sat up in my bed, like, oh my God, but there was nothing there. So I don't know if I just manifested that to happen, so I was so freaking scared down there. But yeah, Sid and I lived in the basement together.
That is crazy. And so what was it like to work with Rick Rubin? I've talked to a lot of guys that have worked with him. What was your experience with him?
It's the same as probably everybody else. He's not around much.
I've heard that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he comes in, he'll listen to some drum tracks and figure out, see if he likes the tempo. And he'll be like, yeah, track 2 is kind of the tempo that feels good. And then what I think happens is Fiddleman, the engineer, you know, he would get everything together and then just send Rick the music. So I think he works on like 5 or 6 projects at a time. So I'm assuming at night he probably just has to sit down and just chills out and listens to the music and, you know, figures out how it's going, if he's got any ideas or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, he's a ghost.
Yeah, I have heard that. I heard that he's not around very much at all. And then he'll just say, you guys do you do what you do. It's like,
yeah.
What does that even mean?
There's something about the guy, though. You know what I mean? He's got the magic touch.
Yeah, I guess he does. And he's worked tons of bands. You know, Black Sabbath being one. I don't know. He wasn't working with Sabbath when Bill Ward was around, but you're friends with Bill Ward. What's your friendship like with him?
Oh yeah, he's just like my father. Yeah. He's like another father to me. That guy's amazing. We usually talk about every day, and you know, when things are going good, and that guy's amazing. Yeah.
Now, with Bill Ward, like, have you read the books from like Geezer and Tony and Ozzy and stuff? And I don't know, has Bill put out a book? I'm not even sure, to be honest with you.
No, but I think he has about 3 or 4 that are kind of ready to go.
Oh, okay.
I'm not getting in his business.
Right.
That's what it is. But yeah, he's got stuff. He's a really good writer.
Mm-hmm. And how have you guys become such good friends?
Just through we had something in common that we really liked to do, and we stuck together ever since.
I got it. And of course, it was sad to hear the passing of your friend Phil Campbell as well. Talk about Phil.
God, you want to talk about funny? That dude is funny. I mean, he's crazy in the best way. He's got the biggest heart. I mean, it was so cool to just go in and jam with him in the studio and make that song that we made, These Old Boots. Mm-hmm. It sucks that he lives so far away. You know, if he lived in America, I would have visited him a lot more. But, you know, getting over to England is tough. But, yeah, I miss him already. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Did you know him when Lemmy was alive?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we toured with Motorhead a lot.
Oh, back in the early days, probably, huh? Or did they open up for you guys?
Yeah, they opened up for us, yeah. Like just on a regular Slipknot tour.
And so you'd see Lemmy just walk around. You know, Lemmy is one of these guys. Yeah, I never met Lemmy, which is kind of bizarre to me. I never met Lemmy. I always say this: Lemmy, Dale Earnhardt, and Bob Probert are 3 guys I never got a chance to meet. And they were all right in my wheelhouse, and for whatever reason. So did you tell me some stories about Lemmy?
He's quiet. He's a real quiet guy. They kind of, you know, he's been on tour since he's been 8. So, he's just in it, right? He's just on tour his whole life. So, but he's just really personable guy. Shook his hand. Hey, Lemmy. You know, I got introduced to him, but Mickey D's totally cool. You know, great drummer. You know.
Yeah, I just talked to Mickey about a month ago. Actually, it's the first time I talked to him since I picked Don Dokken up at a hotel in 1990. And the Mirror tour, or whatever it was called. And I picked him up in our station vehicle, a 1967 hearse, because I was too poor. My car was always broken. So I had to take the station vehicle to pick Don up. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, Mickey D was great, man. So obviously another percussionist and stuff. What is it like with a band like Slipknot? You got all these percussionists, DJs, and all this stuff. It's like, I was just talking with my friend Robbie from Godsmack the other day, and I know that you're a fan of Shannon Larkin, and so am I. I mean, who isn't? But when bass players are working with drummers and stuff, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a musician, but what is it like when you're a percussionist? You got Joey, you got all these guys. All you guys got like a circus up there on stage.
It's intimidating. It's very intimidating to have. To be a percussionist with Joey Jordison. You know what I mean? I'm in the studio like watching this guy like, what am I going to do? This guy can cover everything. He's just a phenomenon. And but yeah, it's cool, because he realizes that the percussion was a big part of it also. So he'd work up some parts, or somebody would come up with some parts, and we just fit it in there within his madness, and it was cool to do. Really cool. I miss that dude a ton.
Yeah, I'm sure. The word that comes to mind right away when I think of Joey was a machine. He was just a machine back there.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. How hard he hit, but yet how smooth he could be and technical, and and sound check, he just whip out some jazz, and you're just like, is there anything you can't do? Like, he was amazing.
Yeah, I never had a chance to meet him either, but man, I was a big fan of his. Do you miss going out there and touring, or you just kind of doing your thing right now and just living life?
Yeah, just living life. I don't miss it right now. No, I don't know if I could do it at the level that I ended on. I don't know if I could perform at that level anymore. I got some injuries now, and stuff like that. But no, so it's good just to be a dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great that, Slipknot in this music industry has afforded you that opportunity that some people probably don't get, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally grateful. Lucky, very lucky.
Yeah. Do you keep in touch with any of the guys in the band?
No.
Just doing your own thing?
Yeah, just doing my own thing.
And people may or may not know that you have a garage full of baseball cards too, right?
I do. I have millions.
Man, you were telling me about it.
Since I was a little kid. Ever since I was a kid.
I thought about you a few months ago because Darren McCarty opened up a pack of cards, and you know Darren, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyways, yeah, you guys have been at shows together. Anyways, he opens up the cards. There's like the number 1, Darren McCarty, and he signs it. And I just thought about that conversation you had. Like, you don't sign the cards. You just want them pristine and right. Is that right?
Yeah. That's starting to change a little bit. Like, you can get it autographed and then send it in to get authenticated. Like, there's a lot of Ricky Henderson rookies that just people had him sign it, and it's still worth something, but usually it's not. You kind of deface the card.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So what do you have more baseball cards, hockey, football? What do you have?
Yeah, mostly baseball. Baseball. I got a lot of Connor McDavid. As far as hockey and other sports go, I kind of find those hot rookies, and I just kind of go after them instead of buying boxes of cards. I go after those specific cards. So.
And you'll go to card collecting conventions or whatever. Like, I go to record conventions and look through stuff, or what?
I won't do it.
No.
I'll be broke. I'll be there broke. Because they have cases of stuff from the 60s, right? Unopened, like, this is all of the stuff, you can't even believe it. So it's better I stay away from those places.
So you literally have, like, you think you have 1 million cards?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with them?
Just pass them down to the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still eBay and I still trade and do stuff like that. But yeah, it'll just end up going to them. Now it's just kind of a fun hobby. When I get bored, I'll go out and look through them and find some guys that have, like, oh, there's a McGonagall. Like, I never knew he was going to be anything. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh, I bet I got more of those. And I'll find them, and keeps my brain busy.
Yeah, I bet. And so you said eBay and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, do you eBay with Slipknot fans certain things too, or no? Do you sign stuff and send it to them, or how's it? Are you doing that stuff?
No, just because I do the signings.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's not fair for someone to send it to me and I don't charge them, but I charge someone somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just keep it at the shows now.
No, that makes sense. And then your friend Sean Baker, people don't know, he's your buddy, and he kind of helps you out with all the signings. But he told me, I told him I was going to be talking to you. I'm like, hey, tell me something, I could, fun I could pass along a story to ask about Chris about. And he told me about, what, and this just kind of probably happens a lot, but he says, you guys are walking and there's a kid walking around. He's got a Slipknot shirt on and there's you on the slip and he doesn't know it's you and you walk up to him. That must happen quite a bit, I'd imagine, or it could happen quite a bit probably.
It does. Yeah, it does. And I always think it's so funny. There was the story he's talking about specifically, I know what he's talking about, is we were at the airport and there was this kid sitting there in a Slipknot shirt. He was on his phone. So I roll over and we got the camera rolling. I sit next to him and I just start staring at him. And he will not look up. And so I put my arm around him. And this dude is like, all of a sudden turn like, what are you doing? I'm just like, what's up, man? He's like, what's up, freak? Like, so I take my arm off and I'm just sitting there. And finally I go, hey, man, I'm in that band. And then he's like, what? No, you're not. And then it starts that thing, right, that you usually get. That's not you. I'm like, okay, dude.
And then you got to pull up your Wikipedia page or something.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's got to be fun to do that kind of stuff, especially when you're, when you're at the airport, just killing time, probably.
Totally, and he got a kick out of it, so that was the main part.
But that must happen a lot.
Yeah. If I engage in it, yeah. There's a lot of Slipknot fans.
Oh, I'm sure. And I don't know how your wife or kids are or something, but I can, my wife would be elbowing me to go up and talk to every kid that had a Slipknot shirt on or whatever the case is. Does your family egg you on?
No, they really don't even care, I think.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, no, that's fine. My wife, she's always, go over and talk to him. I'm like, I don't want to talk to him right now.
Yeah.
But a couple more things here for you. Speaking of Wikipedia, is this true that you have a fear of birds?
No, yeah, in a way I do. I like when they're flying around me or whatever, I'm not into it, but it was for that video that we did.
Oh yeah.
And I had found out there's this religion that when you pass away, they put you on a stake and the birds come and take care of everything. I was like, wow, that must be like a long process.
Oh my God.
And very evil, like a very evil process. So when we all picked out how we wanted to go out in this life for that video, I picked that one.
Well, I guess whatever fear you have, I also have that fear.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
I remember hunting when we were kids and we were pheasant hunting and you can put the bird in your back of your vest. There's like a hole in there. So I get one and I throw him in there and I'm walking and all of a sudden that sucker came back alive and was flapping around in my back. I'm like, running through the freaking forest.
Oh my God. Well, another reason I don't pheasant hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what people may or may not know is that you also, you kind of have like a somewhat of a cover band, but I'll never forget. I have to tell this story real fast. It was in 2017. I want to say it was March. And I was waiting at a car dealership, and this number came up on my phone that I didn't recognize, but it was a local number. So I'm like, well, I'll answer it. And here's this guy screaming into the phone, "You've lost that loving feeling." It was you asking me for tickets for Hall & Oates. And I'm like, why do you want tickets for Hall & Oates? You're like, I love Hall & Oates. And, and that was a wild night because you did end up getting tickets to Hall & Oates. I went to Soundgarden that night, which was the final Soundgarden show.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird thing, wasn't it?
Man, when my wife woke me up the next day and said Chris Cornell died, I'm like, what?
I couldn't believe it.
No, so you still a big Hall & Oates guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's my cover band. That's what we do is 70s and 80s stuff, and I love it.
You guys
we just jack around in the garage. We're not playing out live or anything.
You should play out live, man. Go to like McNasty's or some bar down by your house or something.
Oh yeah, there you go. Those McNasty's. We laugh about that all the time.
I went there on my motorcycle a few weeks ago.
Oh, you've been in there?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I will not go in there.
Why not? Come on, it's a good place.
Maybe one day I'll check it out.
I'll tell you what.
We laugh about it all the time when we drive by.
I'll meet you down there one time. I'll buy you a hamburger or something.
Fair enough.
So what else you got going on in the future here in the rest of 2026? You're just going to collect cards and do signings?
Yeah, I tore my bicep in half, and I tore my rotator cuff. I had bone spurs and arthritis and all kinds of action. So I did one big surgery at the end of February, and now I'm just in rehab trying to get some motion back in it. So there's no golf, there's no baseball, there's no nothing with the kids. I'm just kind of a left-handed trying to do everything with my left hand. So
I was going to ask you about golf. I think I told you a story once before, but I asked Alice Cooper in like 1999, I'm like, how good a golfer are you? He's like, he looked at me dead serious and goes, I can beat 99% of the guys that play. So how good were you at your peak?
Better than Alice Cooper.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I played with him.
Really?
Yeah, I beat the pants off.
So you were in the 1%.
I'm in that 1%.
That's awesome. How many times do you play with Alice?
Just once or twice. I know once for sure in Iowa. And then, this is a great story. So Alice is coming into town to play a show and wants to play golf. Found somebody knew that I played golf and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to drive from Ankeny, Iowa to Des Moines, pick up Alice Cooper in my car and take him to the golf course. I'm like, this is going to be crazy, right? So I get there and Alice brings his own car with him on tour. Like he pulls it with the bus. And I didn't know that. But so this other guy gets in my car who needed a ride. And I was just like one of his assistants or something, right? And I'm driving and I'm like, hey, I'm Chris. He's like, hey, I'm Damon. How you doing? I'm like, cool. And I'm like, so what do you do? He's like, oh, I play guitar for, the dude. And I'm like, oh, no way. That's very cool. And I'm like, you look really familiar, And he's like, yeah, well, I used to play in another band. And it was Damon Johnson, right?
Damon Johnson, yep.
Yeah. And I was like, no way is that you. And it was him.
Yeah. Brother Kane. Brother Kane, he was in it.
Brother Kane is so awesome.
Yeah, you were a fan. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I was more excited to play with him than I was Alice. Like for real. So we ended up getting a cart together and ended up becoming good friends.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks so much for doing this for me. It's always good to talk with you. Hopefully you can get healed up there and get back out on the course. I know you probably want to do that.
Yeah, I appreciate it for sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate that. You hit me up anytime, and one time I got to take you up to McNasty's, okay?
I'm in.
I thought that place was kind of cool down there in New Boston. Rode my motorcycle there, I don't know, about a month and a half ago or so. But got to thank Chris for taking some time out to talk with us and let us know what he's got going on. Yeah, his friend Sean Baker, I think, kind of got the ball rolling as far as him doing all these autograph signings and Comic-Cons and whatnot. And, man, just a great era of Slipknot with Chris. Like I said, Subliminal Verses, for sure my favorite record of all of them. So thank you for listening. We'll do it all over again. Coming up, I believe, by the end of the week, I've got another Iron in the Fire, another Motor City Rocker. That's coming up. As I record this on Tuesday, that comes up near the end of the week.
Thank you for listening to Talkin' Rock with Meltdown. You can help this podcast grow by giving it a 5-star rating and writing a review on Apple and iTunes. Plus, feel free to subscribe and share it with your friends. Until next time, thanks for listening to Talkin' Rock.
Brought to you by the Capital One Savor Card. With Savor, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home, or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Savor Card. Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.